Clayton Kershaw has signed up to pitch for the red, white, and blue. Not ready to hang up the spikes just yet. Oh, man, what a great story this is, and what a great kind of run this will be for Clayton. Winning another World Series and then getting right back into the fray with a team of all-time All-Stars. We are pleased to have Clayton on the stove with us today. Hey, man, great to see you. Congratulations on, first of all, everything. And secondly, this is awesome news that you're going to pitch for Team USA.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I think just when D-Row approached me about being a part of this team, and I wanted to do it a few years ago, but I was too broken for the insurance to cover my arm and everything. So now that it doesn't matter and I get to go and be a part of this group, like you said, is just the most unbelievable group of teammates and guys. And so I'm just really excited, man. It's gonna be so fun.
No, that's really cool, Clayton. And you're right. I mean, you're retired. That's what the first thing that came to mind for me is you can throw as much as you want to throw. So that's pretty cool.
That's what I told D-Row. I said, I just want to be the insurance policy. You know, if anybody needs a breather or if they need me to pitch back to back to back, or if they don't need me to pitch at all, like I'm just there to be there. I just want to be part of this group. And, you know, I learned a long time ago, you just want to be a part of great things. And this team seems like a really fun, awesome group. And all these coaches I played with are good teammates, good friends of mine. So it'll be really fun.
That's really cool. When did it cross your mind when you finished and you were retired and you got back home and all of a sudden there's a WBC coming? When did it cross your mind, hey, maybe, you know, I might be able to do this?
Well, D-Row called me and said, I missed his call and said, call me back to the WBC. And I thought he wanted me to like coach. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to go coach or just help out or do whatever. And then he mentioned playing again. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't have a whole lot of interest in picking up a baseball again, but I started throwing, you know, 10, 12 days ago, and it doesn't feel terrible. So I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay.
You know, as happy as you are to be doing this, I'm sure that group of pitchers that we just put up is absolutely thrilled to have you not only on the staff, but as a resource to tap into your brain a little bit. What a squad this is. And as I start thinking about potential matchups, Clayton, and I'm sure this has crossed your mind too, thinking of you facing Shohei is something that we can dream about. Is that out of the question?
So, I think something will have gone terribly wrong if I have to pitch against Team Japan in the finals or something. I think we got plenty of guys to get that guy out, and not me. But if that happens, I'll be nervous. I'll be nervous at this point. I'll be nervous.
So we just put that list of your teammates up. Is there anybody on this team that you don't know? I mean, you, as you mentioned, you know all the coaches. You've been around for such a long time. Anybody that you're looking forward to meeting?
Yeah, I mean, some of the younger guys, you know, I've never, I don't know a lot of them. You know, obviously I've met like Skeens and Scooble, and they're awesome guys, and I love watching them pitch. So I'm really excited to get to do that. But yeah, like some of the, like Nolan McLean I've never met, some of the younger guys in the group. I know Bednar a little bit, and he's a lot of fun. So it's going to be, I've never, you know, I know Bobby Witt a little bit, and you know, just a lot of these guys I know a little bit. So I'm excited to get to talk to and you know, be the old guy. It'll be fun.
So Clayton, you've been in a number of All-Star games. Your resume is well known. What do most guys at an All-Star game, or when you get to spend a little bit of time, this would be the most time you get to spend on an All-Star team, but what do most young guys ask you for advice on?
I mean, I think there's just like a misconception about that. Like, I don't know what to tell, you know, Scooble or Skeens. These guys are so good. There's really nothing to say, you know, like there's no amount of wisdom that I have or learn. I think it's all comes from experience, but you know, I know when I was a young guy coming up, what I enjoyed is just watching guys. And that's what I continue to love to do, is just to watch how young guys work, how young guys prepare, and just to get to know them, like hang out with them. And sometimes questions just come up naturally from that. But man, like the people that come in and say, hey, this is how I did it, this is how you need to do it, it doesn't work. And it's not true, because everybody has their own way to do it. And everybody's way more prepared than I was when they were younger, you know? So it's just like, I'm just excited to kind of see how they do it, and maybe I'll learn something to be able to help out going forward. But I think that's the way the game is now. These young guys, man, they're so prepared, and they're so much better. They're so talented. It's amazing.
Speaking of young guys, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but this might be the best international team that you've played on. since the 18U club you were with in '05, young man.
Look at that.
Wow.
What does today Clayton Kershaw tell that young fella?
Oh, man. Stop eating pancakes. Look at that guy. He's good right there. Oh,
That's
man.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's we had a great team. We had we had Tyson Ross on that team. We had a lot of big leaguers, Sean Tollison, Brett Anderson, a lot of guys that are retired now. But
Wow.
yeah, great team. And obviously I think this team might be a tick better, but it's anytime you get to represent something like this and be a part of something that's so much bigger than yourself, and you just can't say no. It's just so cool.
All right, just
Great.
a quick answer. Have you had a chance to look at your highlights yet? Now that you're done.
No, I have seen, you know what I have seen though is my teammates all said something, in a video, and I don't have the social media on my phone or anything, but my wife showed me, and oh man, that, when you hear your teammates talk about you, it's just, it's incredible. It's just such an honor. So it was really fun to get to see those guys. And, that was probably the coolest part of this whole process, is just to hear guys, say something about you that you would never ask them to, but just for them to do that is really awesome.
All deserved, my friend. Clayton, congrats on everything, as we said before, and we love the fact that you're going to pitch for Team USA. Can't wait for this thing to start in a few short weeks. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Good to see y'all.
Clayton Kershaw, the latest addition to a stacked American roster.
The World Baseball Classic as an event has been gathering momentum, especially since 2023, and that momentum is carrying over into the early part of 2026. Some news: Alex Bregman and Clayton Kershaw announcing they are going to be wearing the stars and stripes. Also for Team Italy, Adam Ottavino, former reliever, he will be joining the staff, and Jorge Posada will be joining Team Italy as an assistant coach, joining his former teammate Francisco Cervelli. Getting back to Team USA, Clayton Kershaw, a guest of Hot Stove earlier on the network on Thursday, talking about his decision to join Team USA.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun. I wanted to do it a few years ago, but I was too broken for the insurance to cover my arm and everything. So now that it doesn't matter and I get to go and be a part of this group, like you said, is just the most unbelievable group of teammates and guys. And so I'm just really excited, man. It's going to be so fun.
As I start thinking about potential matchups, Clayton, and I'm sure this has crossed your mind too, thinking of you facing Shohei is something that we can dream about. Is that out of the question?
I think something will have gone terribly wrong if I have to pitch against Team Japan in the finals or something. I think we got plenty of guys to get that guy out, and not me. But if that happens, I'll be nervous. I'll be nervous at this point.
Also, during the interview, he said when he saw D-Row's number on his phone, he thought D-Row was calling him to be a coach.
No.
Yeah, that's what he said. But it's interesting. At this stage of his life, what can Clayton Kershaw give Team USA?
Look, I think he's one of those things. Number one, there's no ruling with him, right? With
Correct.
pitch count.
The only limitation are the ones placed by him.
Yeah, he can go out there and face a lower tier team, a team that USA thinks they can handle pretty well in the first round, the second round. Perhaps a team like Brazil, for example, they're in their pool.
Yeah.
Why not go to Clayton Kershaw and say, hey, give me as many as you can, 115 pitches, 110 pitches, because if I can save as many weapons as I can in that bullpen, it's only going to benefit the USA. So, yeah, I think Kershaw, it's kind of like what they did with Wainwright in 2023, where they brought him in as well. I think for Kershaw is a little bit more unique because, look, has he been working out? Has he been getting ready?
Yeah, that's true.
Has he been, throwing bullpens or throwing to hitters, right?
Yeah.
All this stuff. It's not like he's going to go to report to a team right now and go get 2 or 3 starts before the World Baseball Classic. He's got to do that on his own. So I'm excited to see him. But, yeah, I think it's a huge weapon for USA just because they don't have to use some of their main guys for lesser teams in that bracket.
I don't know for sure, just speculation on my part. I have a feeling that D-Row and company and the rest of USA Baseball, I'm sure that they at least broached the subject with Clayton a while back, just to gauge his interest. And I'm sure Clayton said, all right, well, if I'm going to do this, I need to start ramping up to at least be.
What a great treat. This is going to be a lot of fun.
So sticking with this event, I talked about the momentum that it has gained in the last handful of years. Team Japan is the defending champion. They're going to be one of the favorites. The United States, with their collection of stars. They'll be one of the favorites. So as you take a look at the roster here and the notable commitments that the United States has put together. So, Yonder, I'll ask you this. Besides the United States, which team do you think is the biggest threat to the defending champion, Japan, and ultimately has the best chance to win it all, besides the U.S.?
Well, I think for me, the Dominican Republic team has that on edge as well, right? For me, the question mark for the Dominican Republic is who's going to start. How many innings can you fill with your starters? Who's available? Who's not available? We've seen with Venezuela, we've seen with Puerto Rico, a lot of players have said no to this event because of circumstances with themselves and their contracts or insurance and things like that. But I will think when I look at this Dominican Republic team, they're just as good as a Team USA, as a Japan roster as well. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Again, they need more starting pitching. They need more innings. They got Albert Pujols at the helm. He's done it before. He's won many important games. And when you look at that roster, it just feels like they're just as good as either USA or Japan.
Yeah, and right now the separator, and right now, I mean, we still have some time before the rosters are finalized. Right now the separator is the lack of pitching for the Dominican Republic. So we'll have to
But there's plenty out there.
No doubt.
So you never know.
So getting back to the U.S., this is a team that is giving me original Dream Team vibes with Jordan and Ewing and Magic. I mean, Talking Baseball on Twitter earlier today, on Thursday, here's our guess for how the U.S. and Mark DeRosa and company will put together the lineup. What do you think of this as the lineup, and what changes or tweaks would you make?
I like it. I like the fact that you're starting off hot with Bobby Witt. I like Gunnar Henderson at the end. However, I did make some arrangements with that. The middle of the lineup for me pretty much stays the same. I really like the middle and what they can bring, especially the lefty-righty combo, and Kyle Raleigh obviously resetting that roster in the middle point. But this is my lineup, okay? I would put Corbin Carroll because I think he's a little bit speedier than Gunnar Henderson. He can still hit for power. He can still do all those little things. He's a great bunter as well. But I like Bobby Witt. I like Aaron Judge, Schwarber, and Kyle Raleigh at the top four mark. I think all those four guys can run the base as well. They can all slug. But Byron Buxton and Corbin Carroll for me are the most important guys because they can hit the triple. They're going to be playing in big fields. They're going to be playing in where they need that momentum. And at the bottom of the order, those guys can either hit the long ball or they can get on base and make it a double or make it a triple.
Yeah. You know, one earlier announcement this week that maybe quite didn't get the fanfare or the buzz was Ernie Clement of the Toronto Blue Jays. And I'm sure he is so versatile. And he is such a good hitter. That's going to give D-Rose so many different options to make that lineup.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've seen with D-Rose and Team USA this year. They're not just going to get the big stars. They're going to get guys that fit on the team.
Bryce Terang as well.
Pete Kerr Armstrong, right? Guys like that they can go get a bag in a big moment, right? They can go pinch hit in a big moment. They can go play second base, and in the same game, they can go play third base. So, yeah, I like the team. I like the way they're constructing the team because they're building a team to win. It's not an all-star. The World Baseball Classic is not an all-star game. It's a championship tournament. They have to go out there and win as many games as they can.
We want to remind you of what the pools look like and kind of the format of the tournament. So the top two teams, for instance, in Pool A, they will meet the top two teams in Pool B, of which the United States is a member of. Those four teams will meet in the quarterfinals, and the same holds true for Pool C and Pool D. The defending champion, Team Japan, they are in Pool C with Australia, Korea, Chinese Taipei, and Czechia as well. So the fun is going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Every game, 14 days.
In the United States, the venues will be in Houston before shifting over to Miami for the semifinals and the championship
I'll tell you
game.
one more comment on this.
Yeah.
I was fortunate and lucky enough to have the opportunity to call games, which this year I will be as well. But the one thing I noticed, it felt like a Game 7.
It did.
Every single game.
Yeah.
So if this is a tournament you've never seen before, it is must watch, all right? It's Game 7 of a World Series. The crowd is into it, sold out, and there's no better way to get the baseball season started with a World Baseball Classic.
Can't wait for it. Should be a lot of fun.